So what if the universe wasn't born from some huge explosion out in the void? What if instead it grew from a single ancient rock? That's exactly the foundation of the Tongan Cosmos. It's a creation story that unfolds not from nothing, but from something solid, ancient, and deeply connected.
And it all starts right here. Toya Futuna, the first rock where our origin began. This line from the poet Chief Tofolo, it's not just a beautiful piece of poetry, it's the key to a whole worldview. It's telling us that existence doesn't just pop out of thin air. No, it springs from something solid, something tangible and real. So before there were any gods, before there were any people, the Tongan cosmos was, well, beautifully simple. It all began with just two primordial elements, just kind of existing in this vast, timeless space. Okay, so picture this, an endless open sea, called Vahanoa. And drifting on its surface, you've got two primordial substances, limu, which is seaweed, and kele, which is earth. Now the big moment of creation, the real game changer, wasn't a big bang. It was actually a separation. As the seaweed and the earth parted, they gave birth to this colossal rock, Tuaya o Futuna, the very foundation of everything that was to come.
But this rock, this foundation, it wasn't just a static piece of stone. You can think of it more like a womb. The stories talk about this huge, angry shaking, these incredible tremors that finally split the stone open and released the very first forms of life into the cosmos. And these weren't just any beings emerging from that crack in the stone. Oh no, they were the ancestors of the gods themselves. We're talking 4 pairs of male and female twins. Now we're going to focus on the very first pair, a brother and sister named Piki and Kelly, because their family line, well, it's absolutely crucial to understanding how the entire universe gets organized.
All right, this is where that divine family tree really starts to branch out and get interesting. From those first twins, Piki and Kele, you can draw a direct line to the 3 great deities who would eventually be put in charge of the entire universe, Hikuleo, Tangaloa, and Maui. The genealogy here is just fascinating. So Taufelifanua, the son of those first twins, he becomes this central figure, the father of the great gods. The lore tells us that he fathers the 3 main deities through unions with his own sister and his cousins. And this is how we get that divine triad, the 3 powerhouses destined to shape all of reality. So now that you have these 3 heavy hitters, these powerful deities, what happens next? Well, their father, Taufelifanua, does the logical thing. He divides up all the creation and gives each of them a realm to rule. This single act established the fundamental order of the Tongan cosmos. It created these distinct domains, each with its own divine ruler.
And here's that cosmic map laid out for us. You've got the goddess Havaea Hikuleo, who was given Paluchu, that's the watery, dark underworld, the home of spirits. Way up above, Tangaloa Eki became the ruler of Langi, the vast domain of the sky. And the world of light, our earthly realm, called Mama, that was given to Maui Motua, or Old Maui. Maui also had influence over Lolofonua, the deep earth, which is connected to, but still separate from, the spirit world.
This whole story, it's so much more than just a cool myth. It actually reveals this incredibly profound idea about what existence even is, and it's a way of thinking that is completely different from many other creation stories you might have heard.
Okay, so here's the key difference in a nutshell. A lot of Western traditions talk about creation ex nihilo, literally from nothing. But the Tongan cosmos, it's not made from scratch. It grows, it changes, it unfolds from what was already there. The sea, the earth, the rock. In this worldview, everything is connected because it all comes from the same source. It's all one continuous, evolving transformation.
And of course, an idea that big is going to have a huge impact on the culture, right? A philosophy where the whole universe is interconnected, where everything emerges from within, well, that naturally places this immense value on lineage. It's all about the deep family and cosmic ties that bind the spiritual world, the natural world, and the human world all together.
So it kind of leaves us with this final thought to chew on. If your entire universe is born from a single rock, from one single point of origin, does that mean that everything, and maybe even everyone in it, is fundamentally part of the very same whole?